Well, welcome back, Ed. I guess this is part 2 of our New Year's return festival celebration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're celebrating the new year together. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Celebrating.
Yeah. Well, that's kind
on
of
a
people
Sunday
we are,
morning.
right? And people will get that from this today's pod, or the second phase of this pod. They're going to hear, they're going to hear some positives, going to hear some negatives, but they're going to recognize that you and I are celebratory mood, even if it's Sunday morning. Laura's celebratory, Violet, everybody's happy. So it's good to be back. You look like you're wearing the exact same thing you wore in part 1. Did you watch that?
With 50 plus years of combined produce, supply chain, entrepreneurial, and business experience, Craig Slade and Ed Bertad discuss the impacts of fresh produce on their lives and health. This podcast is a casual conversation between two friends just trying to get better. This is the Fresh Cred.
Best of 2021, Ed. What was your best thing in 2021? Come on, that should be like off the top of your head.
Our podcast? Is this a leading question?
No, it's not a leading question. Not at all. That's not going to be mine. So,
okay. Just despite, some bad things that happen, I think personally, I continue to get better, feel better, and have improved my outlook and on life, on, future, on, living life to its fullest. Maybe it's a midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. Like that's, I don't know how to really define it or explain it, but I feel good. That's the best thing.
Well, something to think about in terms of, people resolutions. We're going to talk about resolutions, stuff like that. But there's some people out there, and I have not sat down. I'm going to sometime. I mean, it's getting further and further away, but I'm going to do it the next, maybe today, if I find time.
Aren't resolutions like diets?
Hang on, no.
Shouldn't you not diet? Shouldn't you just eat healthy? So aren't resolutions?
Let's don't go to resolutions yet. Hang on, let me finish this thought.
But you said something about resolutions. That's why
I just said, and how people. So in other words, how people get to the new year and they look forward. They think about what they're going to do in the forward. And there's, I think Tim Ferriss does this, and there's some different people. But stop and reflect back on the year that was, right? And, spend an hour or so thinking back about that year. Maybe journal kind of how the year went. Look back on the year and what you did good, what you did bad, what not necessarily what you did, but what was bad, what was good, how was the year, in terms of giving you perspective of maybe, how you might live differently going forward, right? Right. If you made decisions or you went, whatever happened, things that you can't change what happened then, but it gives you perspective on how you would live going forward. Does that make sense?
Oh, I've thought plenty about that. I mean, I lost 2 family members this year.
Yeah,
towards the end of the year.
But you can't
spend a lot of time thinking. But
you can't change that part, right? You can't change the fact.
No, but it makes you think about.
Yes.
Even I've said it before. You could go to somebody's funeral you don't even know, right? And I wouldn't say I've gone to a funeral of somebody that I didn't know, but let's say I've been to a funeral of somebody that I'm not particularly close to or a family member of. And it's upsetting just because you think about your own mortality, right? So not to mention if it is a family member. So when you think about your mortality, life, the impact that person or yourself has had on, your family, and just, it just makes you think about everything. Like, not how short life is. I mean, that sounds corny, but it really is, right? So, and how fragile as well, and everything from how you die, when you die, Like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
lot to
And
think about, right? But it's a huge motivator to do your best, be better, make best use of your time. And whether it's a midlife crisis or not, I think, if you're lucky, you realize it younger. If you're not, if you just realize it, before you kick the bucket, you're probably ahead of most. So anyway,
so
I've thought a lot about all that stuff.
reflection on the past year before you look forward, kind of deal. So for me, best of 2021, vaccine and violet. So I didn't realize that both V's, two V's. That's weird too. Not a lot of words start with V. Vaccine and violet, no question. But to juxtaposed against best with worst, which is the other question, which you've kind of already alluded to, probably what your worst is, but which is mine, which is super ironic. So January 22nd, we got our vaccines. And on January 22nd, Tanya's mom passed away from COVID. Super ironic, but certainly I would say,
Wow.
if I'd say that, the worst thing that happened in 2022, losing her to that, just for all the things that come with it, can't see them, can't have a funeral, can't do a lot of stuff when it all took place. So, and for you, worst thing in 2021? Losing loved ones. Yeah.
I mean, losing loved ones. My grandmother, who was 95, lived a long life and relatively got around well and was well within her senses. Luckily for her, which is how we've talked about wanting to go, it was basically 1 week, like where she really got sick and she was gone, and it wasn't COVID. And then my father-in-law here. So both my grandmother at the beginning of November and my father-in-law right before Christmas. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Two tough ones.
And, it's, but that is, we all face that. We're all going to do that at some point. And that's kind of, as we talk about this and we talk about doing the things, take care of yourself and feeling better. I mean, realistically, at least my position, so much of how long we live, how well we live, I'm a believer that 95% of it resides with us. It's our own responsibility, right? Just that's I realize genetics plays a role, but most of those genetic things are influenced by how we live our lives via food we eat, via exercise, via how much education we try and gain to learn how to be healthier and take better care of yourself. I don't know. I put a lot of responsibility on all of our health and well-being on ourselves as individuals. Like the quote said, life is short, or time moves quickly. I've already forgot what my quote was, but basically we're the pilot. I mean, that's it. That's what it was. So it's the bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot, and that's my belief. You and so recognize that it comes with a lot of responsibility. But if you recognize that you're the pilot and you're in charge of flying the plane and how well it does, I don't know. I kind of like being in control of that.
Me too.
So what about 2022, big boy? What looks good? What's your outlook?
More of the same, just continuing.
You got you got a single goal? You got something like when we talk this time next year? Are you going to say, I said we were going to do this and this is what happened? You got anything that you've set out for the year?
I haven't really determined what the measurement will be, but I want to get physically stronger this year. Like, I do a lot of calisthenics and stuff we've talked about, but I want to actually do more weight training this year.
Gotcha.
from a physical fitness standpoint.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah. Maintain my weight or get better, like not gain any more weight for sure. And just continue, trying to eat healthy and ingraining, some of the good habits or all of the good habits and getting rid of some of the bad. Sleeping better. But by and large, just more of the good, same stuff. I'm already looking forward to my Colorado trip, and it's not till October, but seems like every year it comes and goes faster. So I'm thinking about doing a mid-year trip. So yeah, a lot to work forward to, but I look forward to.
But getting stronger.
Yeah.
So your bench press this time next year will be 325.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not that noticeable, but you do lose muscle mass and strength over time, and I just really want to focus on trying to, without injuring myself,
Yeah.
cut that off at the pass or figure out how to mitigate that loss.
Yeah, I mean that's you should be doing some kind of I mean there's some smartness. You don't have to necessarily be a bodybuilder, but at the same time, you need to constantly be figuring out how do you stretch, keep mobility, and keep your strength.
Yeah. And some stuff hurts. I mean, I think we talked about, I don't know, about the medicine balls.
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about that?
I think we did, about using that to stretch or something.
So no, for like core strength. So I've been doing, like when I'm traveling at a hotel gym, because I don't belong to a gym here. I'm thinking about setting some stuff up in my garage, but regardless, I've been messing around. I've seen posts and emails and stuff from folks recommending, it's not a new concept, but I just never messed with any. And so I was doing squats, or I've been doing squats with like a 12 or 15 pound medicine ball and then slamming it on the ground as hard as you can, or rotational strength, exercises, throwing it against the wall or stuff like that. I mean, it sounds kind of basic, but I don't know, for an old guy, it's a good workout.
So you can use it as, think about it this way. So Peter Attia, sorry to keep referencing, but he's got this deal. His is about thinking about picking up your grandkids or your great grandkids, right? So just imagine that medicine ball and your training. So in other words, when you're 85, you want to be able to pick your grandkid up and hold them up over your head, right? That kind of mobility, right? And that kind of strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to think about it. It's a good objective in life. So do the things that give you that kind of flexibility, that mobility, that strength. And so your medicine ball could be your great grandbaby. Who knows how many greats you. So
yeah. So like, I don't know, this is probably not realistic with my knees, although I feel like I could improve, but like a side leg squat, get down to side leg squat on my own and get back up without like anything exploding. Like I can't do that right now. It's painful. Let's put it that way. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what a squat is.
Yeah. One leg's out and the other, your butt to your heel, like all the way down and all the way up. Can you do that?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. But no weight. Yeah.
With no weight.
I'm not going to do it on TV right now. So.
Yeah. Okay. I can't.
One leg straight out. So you're just basically squatting on one leg.
Yeah. Squatting on one leg.
Yeah, I can't remember what the deal is. There's a, well, we talked about it. I'm not going to go into that, but there's a sitting position where you sit with your legs crossed, but without your hands, without anything, and you just literally pop up with your legs. That's an indicator. I mean, I can do that, but that's also an indicator of, I forgot what the number is, but statistically, people that can't do that, their longevity's not good. So just saying. Yeah, I have to show you that. But hey, all right. So yeah, since you asked about my 2022. So.
Did I ask?
No, you didn't ask any. You hadn't asked anything about nothing. I've done all the question asking.
Craig, I know. I love it. It's so liberating.
Well, the problem is,
it's great. I love prepared Craig. Prepared Craig is the best. I can do this
So
every day.
here's the thing. So what I'm about to say, my 2022 objective does not apply to this show because it is an essential part of this show. But it's not necessarily an essential part of my life, particularly with people that don't know me or, even people that do know me. So I plan on being less of a smartass in 2022, except on this show. I'm going to consciously try and refrain from my smartass comments.
Okay, but refraining from your comments doesn't mean your thinking has changed. Like, is it cynicism on your own part that makes you say the things you say? Is that what needs to change, or you're just going to hold back?
I was probably just going to be me holding back. You're probably
you
right.
Start
it's probably not necessarily the healthy way to do it, but I have to say it's got to be my cynicism. It's
cynicism or superiority, one or the other.
I don't know. But cynicism, without a doubt, has something in there. But smartassism is funny to everybody except the person that's being subjected to the smartassness. So which is why I don't want to take it out of the show, because subjecting you to my smartassism is great for the show. So I don't want to pull that off.
Okay.
Right? But, it's, again, I've talked before early on in this, how my family is great about showing me or helping me see my shortcomings. They're the best guide. And so, recently, it's been brought to my attention that sometimes how I ask questions, which I really have never thought about, but how I ask the question probably could be asked in a less confrontational, I guess, but basically, I ask a question kind of like sometimes like, "Hey, dumbass," Yeah, it just basically implies that how, that was dumb, or I don't know how to explain it, and it's not good. It's not healthy. Not the way I want to be. And so I'm going to try and pause before I speak, and maybe explore why in the heck do I feel like that? Why am I cynical like that? I don't know, but that's it. It's a big one. It's a big task. And, good news is for everybody listening, we got Laura here to confirm whether I'm actually achieving any success.
I'll try to keep you honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it does not apply to the show. So you guys cannot say, "Hey, I thought you was working on it," because I am full on. In fact, I may amp up. I may take what I'm taking away from the rest of the world and bring it to the show. That way I've got an outlet for it.
Oh, boy. So basically think before you speak. That's what your motto is.
That probably just would help me in life in general.
And it'll change the way you think too. Because if you're trying to express yourself in a certain way to others, and you're really trying to be conscious of that, it will change the way you think about things over time, I think.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I'm notorious about not thinking before I speak and just letting it fly. And so,
open mouth, insert foot.
Many freaking times. So, we have you posted a pod. I saw that, and I don't recall the show actually, but what was it? Talk Less, Think More, or something like that was the name of the pod that we did. Anyway, I think it's the last time you actually posted anything on your LinkedIn page. Yeah.
Me?
It's like 10 pods ago.
Yeah. It was, oh God.
I can't maybe remember. That could be something for you, though. Maybe you could have an objective to actually post about the pod. So.
Okay. You're giving me my resolution?
Yeah. I'm just saying for the show, maybe
You're assigning New Year's resolutions.
You get a little more show promo. So you got all those.
Okay,
You got
show
all those
promo,
followers, man. All those followers. They're waiting.
Oh wow, gosh, I know they won't leave me alone. There's a couple out on the driveway right now, waiting for me to come out.
You got a post-show interview you got to do.
It's paparazzi. It's just the typical boilerplate stuff.
Yeah. So, well, we'll let you
They
get
won't
to
leave
those
me alone.
folks here in a bit. So, all right.
Yeah, because we've covered a lot for a.
It's the new year, man. I mean, come on. I mean, we haven't covered. I have so much material. We didn't talk Cowboys.
Okay.
We haven't talked resolutions. So you mentioned resolutions.
Oh, did you watch that game last night?
I know.
What?
I told you it was Tanya's birthday, and honestly, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, it was yesterday.
I actually thought that it was today they were playing. So
y'all
we did.
go out to dinner?
Went to dinner.
Okay. But the game ran pretty late. I mean, we had dinner. We grilled here last night, which was nice.
Well, Tanya had a show, so she had an art show, so she had to do that. So we didn't go. Dinner reservation worked till 8:30 AZ time, and so that's 9:30 your time.
I got you.
But honestly, I can't blame anything other than the fact I completely forgot. So that's what it was. And I'm trying. I think we talked about this. Even when I talked about A&M and Dallas losing. Again, I thought then, why am I so amped up? So I've tried to kind of separate myself from it, and the whole about it's like, you know what? I hope they do good, but my life doesn't. It's great. I'll put on a jersey. I'll put on a cap. Yay, they won! But at the end of the day, they're just entertainers. It's like watching Ted Lasso and his team win. Right at the end of the day, it's what it should be. Should be entertainment. I shouldn't get all ramped up and not bang into the walls.
That's a very healthy perspective,
right.
Craig.
So,
I like that.
So I don't watch it. So you know what? I mean, I love Dak Prescott. I love what they're doing.
And if you ever want to feel that way again, just put a bunch of money on it.
Thinking about betting on the San Francisco today.
Yeah,
and I hate San Francisco.
Well, that's a good call.
I do.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Joe Montana, worst quarterback ever. Just saying. Resolutions, Ed. Resolutions, buddy. Are you resolved to do anything this year? I'm giving up smartassism. You're giving up. No,
giving something up.
Taking on. Oh, you're putting a weight room in your garage. That's your resolution to get stronger. I'm sorry. We've already got you. Get stronger. All right. So we got your resolution. Any predictions for 2022? It could be anything. It could be in the produce industry. It could be in anything out there. You got any prediction, anything that you're thinking?
This is my uneducated statement.
Well, let us know when you're making an educated statement. If you're going to tell us when it's uneducated, we need to know when it's educated.
I think it's going to be a carbon copy of 2021.
In what respect? Because they're not going to invent we're not going to have a vaccine this year. We already got that.
COVID, politically, supply chain, markets. Laura's shaking her head.
Yeah, I'd shake my head to that.
Well, because I don't want that. And I'm thinking about Violet's first, little part of life on this earth. And I want her to be able to have little play dates. And I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to think about another year spent the way last year was.
You probably got to get Violet like a metaverse suit. Get her started early. Have her play date in the metaverse.
Oh, God, yeah. There's FaceTime other moms. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But I want her to, know other babies and, I don't know what a face looks like without a mask on it when we go out in public, or, you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah, that's
so
probably, so I would agree with Ed in some respects.
Oh wow!
Not all of them, Ed. So don't get carried away, because only very few do I get.
Okay,
I told you the show. It's not off the list.
The gloves are off.
So I think the mask thing, unfortunately, that and the virus are now part of the fabric of the globe, not just the U.S. We focus everything on the U.S., but I think it's part of the fabric of the globe. It is the new normal, as we always like to talk about. But how we behave against it or with it, I think has already changed and will change. So in January of 2021, we were talking about the end of the virus. Vaccine was here. At that time, there was nobody against the vaccine. It was kind of that came a few months later. But when it's all said and done, we were looking at an end to the virus in 2021. We had the vaccine. It was new. There was a lot of excitement. We could see the future. Now, I think, one, you obviously have people for a vaccine, against a vaccine, but you also don't have people dying of the virus, which that's a big game changer. And I say don't have. I mean, you got a relatively small percentage considering we're pinging out. I think, sometime in the next few days, we're supposed to hit the peak globally on the number of, at least the Omicron, but the number of deaths and hospitalizations, you don't have them trying to figure out how many ventilators can get made and how are we going to handle hospital. So people are starting to realize this. Look, so we're starting to learn to live with this virus, and how we go forward is, I don't think people believe it's ever going to go away. I think people now are just like, hey, it's here. I'm going to get back to my life. And with that, I think masks are going to be part of that. Just like it was, for people from Asia or whatever that, before this all got started, you'd see those guys, they'd wear stuff to try and avoid. I just think that it will be part of the population. I don't think it will be across everybody, but I think, Ed, you're right. There will be some repeats. I think masks are going to be around. I think you'll have stores that are going to kind of keep it going on, and there'll be things there. But I just think the outlook is going to be, as opposed to in 2021 when we thought it was going to end, I think it's going to be, it ain't going to end, but we ain't going to stop living. And we're just going to pick up the ball, and this is the new normal. But we shall see. There's a couple of things in there in 2021. I don't think Laura will have another baby in 2022.
Well, we got a couple months.
She could pull it off.
No, I can't. I can't have another one like this close to each other. That would be
Violet
insanity.
To be able to play with other babies?
You go.
Well, provide one.
So, how far are you and Nina apart, Laura?
Oh,
how is it? That's right.
I think like 2.5 years.
Oh my God! Happy birthday, Nina.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
I know. I texted her this morning.
I was so focused on the show this morning. I got to send her a massage. I was getting prepared. I wanted to get the year off to a good start. What? Can I get a prediction in?
Well, it's been a long one.
Can I get my prediction in?
Yeah. I mean, feedback's been, this might be a two-parter.
Yeah, that'd be cool to start the new year.
All right. Prediction, Craig.
I think we should. Yeah, two-parter. That way we could just keep rolling. So it's a similar prediction that I had last year. We didn't do this last year when we were doing the show. So I think oil will go over $100 a barrel, and gas will be over $5 a gallon.
I hope so.
Okay, that's weird.
That's when you get the best deals on pickups.
Well, and I do think that, if you've been looking for a car and you've been paying...
Hey, fuel might only be high for a year, but I can keep a truck for 10.
So that's true.
One of the best deals I ever got was when diesel was $4 a gallon.
So I think that you will get... And I think that the inventories of vehicles will also explode in the second half of this year. So I think come October of next year, you're going to have high prices of fuel. You'll have high inventories of pickup trucks, especially those big mama jamas that you like to drive. And you'll be able to get a deal, buddy.
And real estate hopefully will
instead of paying $80,000 for that truck that you want, you'll get it for $75,000. You'll save a big $5,000 on that freaking big rig.
I hope so.
That you can...
Nah,
you can haul around your What are you hauling in there? Your ice chest? Your big freaking Yeti cooler?
All right.
I know you ain't pulling no trailers because you ain't got no horses no more. And you ain't running cows back and forth to California anymore.
I got gas horses, quads. I want a new side-by-side.
I got you.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Camper.
Oh, yeah. You know, you're that guy that gets that big gooseneck camper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so next time Callie gets mad at me,
that'd be tomorrow.
the road.
So you better get out quick.
I just walk out the door. So we're laughing. I was laughing about this the other day because we didn't really have a guest room set up, like we wanted to. So this before the holidays, we kind of furnished everything we've been furnishing. So now the running joke is, "Don't make me mad, or I'll go sleep in the guest room." We didn't have. It's probably not that funny, but it is here.
Yeah.
It's funny to us. Because like I really want to sleep in that bed because it looks really comfortable. It's like a hotel.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't make.
I don't know. Maybe I'll start a fight on purpose.
No need for me to do that, Slade household. That's probably where my lack of, where I probably need to start reducing my smart assism first. If I could pick a particular point to where I could stop being a smart ass and save myself a lot of long evenings, it would be with Tanya. So I think I'll make that my objective.
That sounds healthy. That sounds like a
it
healthy
does,
choice.
doesn't it? That sounds like that could be good for everybody involved. I wouldn't have to buy a trailer and move anywhere like you are.
We have a lot of hotel points, so you could do that too.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing the trailer. You look like you're wearing the exact same thing you wore in part 1. Did you wash that? All right, cool.
I washed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. Is that a personal flotation device?
So in the event that we come across the ocean and fall into it, you'll need to blow into that tube and blow into this tube. You should be fine.
You know, the funny thing is I've never been into the puffy jackets. And I've mentioned to you one of the best things I bought prior to hunting was a puffy type jacket, a Kuiu jacket, the ultra down, and it like folds into its own pocket. Awesome jacket, right? Expensive, but worth every penny. So Callie's birthday is in December, not long before Christmas. And I was like struggling, trying to figure out what to get her. And it's the typical, we got, perfume and some makeup stuff and whatever, we typically do. So I ordered her a jacket. It's not a camo version. It's just black of the same jacket that I'm talking about. And so I'm all excited, because it's a quality jacket. Like I know she's going to love it. It's the warmest thing for the weight you'll ever get. So I save it for last. Lainey's giving out the gifts at the table, handing them out. And I told her to keep this one for last.
I love it.
So she gets the box, opens it up. Look, oh, good. She says, oh, good. Something you like. In other words, like you didn't think about me at all. Like I had to indulge.
You were so excited for her to get what you liked.
Right?
I love it. That's so freaking you, man. That is so you.
But you know what? She loves the jacket. We went not long after that. We went to East Texas. She took it. Somebody that was there with us didn't have a coat, so she gave her coat she'd normally be wearing, and she was wearing that coat that I just gave her and loved it. So, but it took a while. But I'm telling you, the look on her face when she opened it was classic because it was, oh, good.
Well, I like my puffy jacket, and I was not a puffer or a vesty guy, right? So this is all the rage when I'm in Mexico for sure. But we got these through the association, through FPAA, golf tournament. And man, I've been wearing the
Mhm.
crap out of this thing. Hey, it's warm, it's comfortable, and yeah, it works really
Mhm.
nice. And so, and I'm rocking. So just so you know, you hadn't said this. I'm rocking. This is Granger's ASU jersey. So he was on the COD team. You know what COD is? Call of Duty. COD. COD. He was on the COD gaming team at ASU prior to graduation. This was their jersey. So get a lot of compliments on this too. So yeah. Well, I guess we're now to the end of part 1. And
Part 1.
We're going to follow up with a part 2, guys. So you guys, hope you enjoyed our welcome back episode. And I hope you come back for pod 2 or the part 2 of the pod next week. It'll be dropping. But we appreciate everybody coming in and join us here to start off 2022. Ed, my God, it feels so good to have you back on the computer to monitor here, be able to look at you. Laura, I got to see you over the holidays, but it's still great to see you there.
Thanks.
It's fabulous. I love this show, man. This is fun.
Another
As we're
big
wrapping
piece of
up,
news, Laura.
Yes, that's right.
We're on
You
Facebook
can,
now.
yeah, you can
God,
find us
Wanna talk about
at.
that?
What?
I know.
Yes. Facebook.
So you can find us at the Fresh Cred on Facebook. We have a page, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff over there.
What about MySpace?
Oh man, I used to love me some MySpace.
So are we still not on MySpace?
Nobody's on MySpace, Dad. Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, that's over.
Yeah, we'll get on it. Craig. We'll let you know when we're set up. That way you can follow.
Well, anyway, awesome with that Facebook. Or you know what? It's now Meta. For those of you that don't know, they changed their name to Meta. The platform's still Facebook. The company is now Meta. So,
yeah. Look, I don't have a Facebook page, account, whatever.
Yeah, but we need to be on there. I hear.
Yeah, you
I hear
need
a lot
to
of
do
people
that,
are using
for that.
See, I don't use mine. I use mine to look at what people from high school are doing or let them know I've had a baby or whatever. But I don't use it for anything. I'm all Instagram
tell
based.
you. So it is, and we're supposed to be ending the damn show, but once again, we're going to digress before we end the show. So, guys, this is the end of the show. We're going to actually get there, but give me just. So, hang on, wait a second.
Follow us
hang on. So
on Instagram.
Facebook.
Okay, sorry.
I cannot tell you. I don't talk to anybody that actively uses Facebook. Everybody just has an account and doesn't use it. But it is the most popular platform. It has the biggest participation of all of them by far. I don't know how that's possible.
You don't say.
I don't know how it's possible.
Well, I think
nobody uses it, yet
I think that it's because you need it to sign into a lot of stuff. At least so you can sign into Instagram through Facebook. You can sign into a lot of apps through Facebook. And so some people just have it as a key, I guess, to get into other stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. But I know advertising wise, it's they raise a lot of money for advertising. And somebody thinks there's people there paying attention to something. So, and people are still posting. You wouldn't be watching your high school friends or whoever if somebody wasn't posting something. So I don't know. I think most people are closet Facebook users. I think nobody.
They're creepers.
Yeah, I think nobody. Well, I think nobody wants to admit that they're on Facebook. So I think that's really it's because it's kind of like become shopping at Kmart. Facebook's like shopping at Kmart. You went to Kmart, got a blue light special, but you didn't want to tell anybody you had a blue light special. Just a theory. But that's not very optimistic outlook for Facebook if you liking it to Kmart.
I'm laughing about Kmart because my brother worked at Kmart when he was in high school, and he said one of the big moves was, I don't know if you remember, they had these end cap. It was like a bin with shoes on top, right? It was like a
I'm trying to think. I'm
like
trying to
a
remember
big box.
Yeah.
Right? And it had storage underneath, but it was it was a bin, but with a trade top, and so they just throw a bunch of shoes on there, and underneath was room for additional storage. He said people would, and I'm sure this happens still, but literally put on the new shoes, take the old shoes off, and just throw them under the bin. So at the end of the day, there'd be a bunch of old shoes under the bin.
That's genius. I was thinking it would be fun if y'all had a theme for your year each, like, because a lot of people have problems keeping, and like with the whole resolution thing, it's more about like mindfulness. It's like a thing to hold on to throughout the year. It could be a phrase, it could be a word, it could be like a, you know, are you getting what I'm saying?
So it needs to be a word or something?
I mean, yeah, or just
Like a mantra
for me,
What's yours?
I want to be more productive.
Okay. So what's your mantra?
Well, it's really just a theme. It's not like a pretty mantra or anything, but I want to be as productive as I can with my time while also spending as much quality time with Violet as possible. And so that's a struggle for me, is trying to figure out how to get all the things done that I want to, while also giving Violet all the care that she needs. Because that's been a struggle, so far with having her.
Okay.
Trying to think how
Go ahead, Craig.
Mantra, don't be a smart ass. Be kind, maybe that's what it is.
Be kind.
God, I hate that though.
Kindness. I was thinking strength for me. I want
kind.
Strength.
That's
strength.
the worst thing.
Kindness.
Speak mindfully.
Speak mindfully. I like that better. I don't like being kind. I like speaking mindfully.
Okay.
Speak mindfully. All right. Well, Ed, man, this brings our second episode of the new year, the Fresh Cred New Year. Welcome back. Episode series. So
welcome back.
We've come out with resolutions. What's that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Nothing.
It was a theme song. Welcome back.
Well, sing it. I
no,
know that
I'm
song.
not in full voice.
Come
right
on.
Now. Thank you. No, please.
Okay.
Stop. No.
Who played Vinnie Barbarino?
John Travolta.
Very good. And who played Horseshack?
I don't know.
I don't either. But I remember the name Horseshack. And do you remember what his shtick was? What was Horseshack's shtick?
I was probably 6 years old when that show was on, so you're a little older.
Really?
You're in high school.
God, that was great. I thought really Travolta hit his peak when he finished up Vinnie Barbarino.
I might have been younger.
Apparently not. So, yeah, I'm surprised you've been alive, honestly. Anyway, all right. So we finished up. Welcome back to the same old something that you forgot about. I don't know. The names have all changed since you hung around, but it's a good song. You all listen to that sometime. It brings back memories.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're gonna listen to more music this year
on the show.
No,
or
just in general,
ourselves?
more music.
Okay,
as therapy.
More music.
Music's
Okay.
good for you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and we're gonna sing more
on the show.
No, you in the shower, me on the show.
Okay, perfect. I like that. But hey, you know what? With our resolutions, before we close out the second episode, what's your mantra? Do you have a mantra for your
be strong
resolution? But be strong. It's like Stretch Armstrong. Be strong.
Be strong.
Excellent.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, but I'll know what it means. Let's put it that way. Okay. I'll know what it means. Like discipline, literal and strength, trying to get stronger, everything.
Look.
What?
The mantra's simple.
Okay.
You don't have to put all the color behind it.
All right. Be strong.
That's
me.
Good. Be strong. Awesome.
Literally and figuratively.
Good. You know what? That's you know what you did when we were going through it. You left out the figuratively, but I think that may be more important than the literal version, and maybe harder to achieve.
Yeah.
So, It's good.
I tell you, man, I'm deep sometimes.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're so perfect for this kind of show. That's why people listen. Deep thoughts from Ed.
Oh, man.
All right. So my mantra is think mindfully. Think mindfully before I speak. I mean, think mindfully in general, but ultimately to be less of a smart ass. Think mindfully before I
like
speak.
that.
So, except on this show.
And mine is to be creatively productive and present with my family.
Creatively productive and present with your family.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it sounds like we are
CPMP.
all positioned for an outstanding
I
2022.
think we
The
are.
show is positioned. We got interviews coming up. We got lots of exciting stuff.
We're on Facebook.
So, we mentioned it in the last show,
Yeah,
but,
I know, but
Facebook
it's worth
again.
mentioning again. It's a big deal.
True. Edward, if you would please give us the legalities.
I would say to change up the year, download our podcast. Like I took a couple trips before the end of the year and I downloaded some podcasts and listened to them on flights. Like that's a practice that I had never done before. I've only really listened, streaming live. So download some podcasts, download the Fresh Cred, listen to us or download from Spotify or on Apple, or I wouldn't say everywhere podcasts are available, but almost. Because I think Sirius has podcasts now. I don't think we're on there yet. Maybe we can work on that. But follow us at the Fresh Cred on Instagram, on YouTube, at Credfresh on Twitter, and now on the old Facebook.
Yeah. But not MySpace.
Okay, so the Fresh Cred on Facebook. That's us. All right.
No MySpace.
No MySpace. We're working on MySpace. We're going to resurrect it, and then we're going to get you BlackBerry, and we're going to put MySpace on your BlackBerry, and then you can follow it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, kids. Well, another good show. Everybody have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time. Y'all take care.
Good week. Thanks.